Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Happy Thursday. I am coming to you live as usual on my Thursday afternoons, and I'm so honored to be here and honored to be reaching all of you. And to anyone in my Yes You Can Get Pregnant e-course group, I am so very sorry that I lost connection with you. For all of you Facebook people, right before I go live with you guys, I'm in my secret Yes You Can Get Pregnant Facebook group, and I do my office hours, and my phone just completely shut down. It's not the battery, it just turned off. And so I lost connection with them about 15 minutes ago. And so I will circle back with you guys later this afternoon and get to all of your questions. So I'm so sorry about that. And hopefully you guys are on here and you can hear more about food and aging. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I know we have lots of new people on this Facebook page. And Beth, if you're streaming this to Instagram, because I cannot right now, hello to all the Instagram people. And I know we have lots of new Instagram followers as well. So welcome. And I'm Aimee Raupp. I'm a women's health and wellness expert. And it's my mission to help you feel your best, to live your best life, to do it gracefully, to do it from a place of feeling empowered and like you deserve it, to understand your worthiness and your value, and to nourish and support your body from that place of understanding your worthiness and your value. I'm also just realizing I have my headphones in. Let's see, can you hear me better now? It's been one of those days. So I am just breathing and taking it all in. And let's talk about food and aging. Okay, so I know you guys saw the topic of today's live. We're calling it food and aging. And how do I want to start this? So if you've read any of my books or you've been following me for a while, there's the whole science of what is called epigenetics. And I talk about it a lot. I've been talking about it since 2009 in my first book, Chill Out and Get Healthy. So the topic has been around in the Western medical field for, I guess it's been about 15 years or so. And epigenetics basically means that the way you live your life determines whether genes turn on or turn off and impacts your aging process, whether or not diseases show up, how your body heals, how your immune system works. It impacts so many things. And the real reason epigenetics happens is this process called methylation. So methylation basically means an on-off switch. So you're basically either turning genes on or off. It's a complicated little process with carbon and hydrogen that we don't really need to get into from a scientific perspective. But for you to just understand, there's methylation and there's demethylation. Methylation is a good thing. Demethylation, not such a good thing. So methylation basically helps us age more slowly, helps our cells stay healthy and balanced. Demethylation ages us faster. It's kind of like, the way I described it in Chill Out and Get Healthy was rusting. When things rust, that's kind of, they become aged and broken down, right? And that's what's happening to our cells when there's not enough methylation going on, when there's too much demethylation. So I have all these notes because it gets sciencey and I don't want to miss anything when I tell you guys. But methylation is involved in like our fight or flight response. So when stress happens and we're feeling under pressure, methylation is what will help us recover from that faster. If we don't have proper methylation in our body, there's only demethylation going on or not enough methylation, the fight or flight response or the chronic stress exposure will age us before our time, and we will not recover from that stress in a way that supports health. Methylation has a lot to do with the body's most important antioxidant, which is called glutathione. It has a lot to do with the production and the recycling of glutathione. So basically, glutathione is considered the master antioxidant. You guys might have heard of antioxidants as the things that fight free radical damage in the body. So basically, antioxidants slow down the aging process. So there's like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. Foods that are rich in those vitamins are powerful antioxidants. Things like goji berries or blueberries, strawberries. Vitamin C rich foods like green vegetables, right? I think there's a lot of clout for foods like acai right now, right? That's a powerful antioxidant. It's considered a powerful antioxidant because it's high in these vitamins. Antioxidants come in and they basically heal up that rusting, that demethylation that's happening. So when methylation is happening properly, it's supporting the production and recycling of glutathione, which is the master antioxidant in the body. If we don't have enough glutathione, we can't properly use the antioxidants from vitamins A, C, and E. Hopefully that's all making sense, right? So methylation is involved in that. Methylation is involved in helping our body detox hormones, chemicals, toxins in the environment. It helps regulate inflammation in our body. It helps with genetic expression, like I was saying, turning genes on or off. So whether or not we have the genetic predisposition to a disease, methylation decides whether or not we're going to actually get that disease. Is it going to manifest for us? Just like demethylation does the same thing. Methylation impacts our neurochemistry, our brain chemicals, our moods, our emotions. It impacts our energy, and really importantly, it impacts our immune system. So the key to avoiding disease, I think aging, what's the right word? Aging appropriately, aging gracefully, aging with ease and without major instances and health issues. We want good methylation in our body. That is the absolute key. We want to support our body and its methylation process. There are so many things we do in our life that support demethylation, which is the situation that's going to make us age faster and make us predisposed to these diseases and illnesses and get us sicker and have immune system issues and low energy. And, we see the stress on our face. We're aging before our time. We're always getting sick. We have high blood pressure, diabetes, right? All of the modern diseases, autoimmune conditions, all of which I talk about in in Body Belief, my latest book. So demethylation is what we want to combat in our body. Methylation is what we want to support, right? So just keep that in mind. We want our body properly methylating. We want our body, when it's properly methylating, it can recover from stress quickly. It can produce and recycle that glutathione, which is like the master anti-aging supplement that exists in our body. Our body normally produces it. We can also take it as a supplement, though. It's not cheap, but we can take it as a supplement. Methylation helps our body detox hormones, detox chemicals, reduce inflammation, regulate our immune system. So all of this is super important. We want our body properly methylating. The best way to support our body to properly methylate is diet. As one of my colleagues always says, and I'm just going to repeat it again, you cannot out-supplement a crappy diet, okay? You cannot out-supplement a crappy diet. If you are eating crappy foods that are processed, packaged, fortified foods, but you're still taking glutathione, it doesn't matter. Don't waste your money on the glutathione is what my recommendation is. Food is medicine. Food is your primary medicine. Food is where you have to begin. If you want to support the aging process, if you want to fight disease, if you want to age more gracefully, have your skin look awesome even in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, support methylation. So here's how you do that with food. You got to eat a ton of green vegetables. Preferably they're cooked over raw. I have an 80-20 rule. So 80% cooked, 20% raw. For those of you who are watching me and you want to get pregnant, this is no different. If you want to improve the quality of your eggs, guess what? It's no different than improving the quality of every single cell in your body. It's no different than supporting proper methylation in your body. Okay, this is a bit of a hot term, methylation. However, like I said, I've been talking about it since 2010. It's not new to the scientific research world. Epigenetics, methylation, they go hand in hand. If you want to fight the aging process, if you want to improve the quality of every single cell in your body, and for you fertility girls, right down to the cells in your ovaries that are going to make your future children, you've got to support methylation. So number one way is, at the very minimum, 2 cups of green vegetables every day. I like to say upwards of 4, 5 cups of green vegetables every day. Here's how I do it. Every meal, I just say, where's the green? Where's the green? That's my thing. Where's the green? Every meal. This morning I had some bone broth for breakfast, and usually I add an egg. I wasn't feeling an egg this morning. I had some butternut squash pureed in the broth with coconut milk. So, and then I just added literally a half a bag of spinach and cooked it down, and I eat all the spinach, okay? So that right there, I've easily gotten 2 cups in already this morning. So then lunch, after I'm done with you guys, I have some tuna fish that I made. So I'll do tuna fish. I'll do a side of plantain chips, which are really good, healthy carbohydrates. And then I have, I'll probably do zucchini. So I'll do some more green vegetables there. I always have broccoli, broccoli Raupp, spinach, zucchini, asparagus. I always have those in the house. Brussels sprouts. And so I'm always doing, where's my greens? Where's my greens? Where's my greens? Even last night I made a bolognese sauce. I just ate the bolognese sauce, no pasta, and I added diced up asparagus to it, right? So where's my greens? They're in every single meal. So every single meal, where are your greens? Think about that. Every single meal, 3 times a day, at the very least, where are your greens? I also recommend taking a supplement every day in the form of spirulina or blue-green algae, which is another green supplement for your body, but it's food-based. And so I count that as a serving of greens. So on average, I'm getting, I'd say, upwards of 5 or 6 servings of greens a day. There are days that I don't. There are days I miss it. There are days where I'm like, where were my green vegetables? But at the minimum, I'd say 2 servings a day. You've got to get your greens in. It is the best way to support methylation and aging in your body. You have to get in good sources, so this is tip number 2, of B vitamins and methylfolate. You cannot, I have said this so many times, I'm sick of hearing myself say it, but it might be new to you. You cannot eat anything that is fortified with folic acid. Don't give your kids anything that's fortified with folic acid. Don't give your partners, your loved ones. You only eat foods and vitamins that have methylfolate. No folic acid at all in your diet. None. Stop taking any prenatals or recommended multivitamins from your doctor that have folic acid. It is defeating the purpose, and it's making your body work a lot harder in the methylation department. So it's actually aging you. So B vitamins and folate, ideally you're getting them from food sources first, right? I also take something called Methyl Guard Plus every day, which is by the brand, that's the word, Thorne. And that helps support my methylation process. It has all my B vitamins, it has methylfolate. However, then I also every day get in a dose of liver, which is the best. It's Nature's B complex, has all your B vitamins plus the methylfolate. Then I'm getting my greens in, which have all your B vitamins. And then you want to think fish, eggs, asparagus, sunflower seeds. Those are all other really good sources of your B vitamins and your methylfolate. So in addition to supplementing, I make sure I eat those foods as well. Okay. Chlorella, Kristen, another great question. I think chlorella is great. It falls in the same line as the spirulina. So I think chlorella would be a great daily supplement or a great daily addition to your diet. Where can I buy that metafolic vitamins? You can go to my website, aimeeraupp.com/Aimie'sRex, and you can see, Beth, will you post that link? You can see, or I can post it. You're probably doing Instagram. aimeeraupp.com/Aimie'sRex to see the vitamins. So Damaris, I just posted the link. Go there and you'll see the Methyl Guard Plus that I recommend. Okay, so to improve methylation, green vegetables, at the very, very, very least 2 cups a day. Cooked over raw, I prefer. You can do some raw, but cooked is a lot easier on your digestion. You're going to get in your B vitamins and your folate from ideally food sources, things like liver, things like fish, things like eggs, sunflower seeds, asparagus. Those are great sources, including even the chlorella or the spirulina is another great source of all your B vitamins and your folate. Um, Magnesium, another really important nutrient that helps your body do its methylation. Okay, so I do magnesium oil every single night before bed. I also take, some nights, if I'm feeling a little jittery, I take something called Neuro Calm, which is I think it's by Designs for Health or Thorne, I'm forgetting, but that has a really nice magnesium in there as well. There are, you can get magnesium from food sources. It's in some seeds, and different foods have magnesium, but doing a daily magnesium supplement, I think, especially before bed, really helps with better sleep, helps with healthier bowel movements, regulated blood sugar, calmed nervous system. It doesn't do a thing bad for us, so it can't hurt. You could also do a daily soak in Epsom salts or magnesium salts in the bathtub. Another great way to get the magnesium in. Another key, it's an absolute key to optimizing methylation functioning so that you age properly, is healthy gut bacteria. Ideally, you're doing this through getting fermented food in every day. Personally, I try to do a scoopful or two of sauerkraut and or coconut kefir. I buy coconut kefir and I just have a little bit every day, or I'm doing things like kombucha. There's just a little bit of kombucha in a full glass of water. So the kombucha has the healthy probiotics. I also do recommend taking a probiotic supplement. Things like yogurt have good probiotics, but if you don't do well with dairy, you could do coconut yogurt. That'll have probiotics in there as well. Just watch the sugar content on yogurts, because more sugar screws up gut bacteria, which kind of just wipes out the fact that the yogurt gives you probiotics, right? So no sugar in your yogurts, ideally, and then you're getting the benefit from the probiotic-rich foods. But probiotics are super important to maintaining healthy gut function, which is really important to maintaining a healthy methylation process, okay? Here's another thing. You got to decrease the stress. I've had a stressful morning. So what am I going to do? When I get a break, I'm going to try and meditate for 10 minutes, probably after I hang up with you guys. I will be certain to get my exercise in. I usually get it in first thing in the morning. The whole family overslept. Life just happened today. My phone just died. My husband, there's just things that were going on. Everybody's got something to do. My sitter had to cancel. She's has a family emergency. The day just went to shit, as I would say so far, and not to notice on the things that aren't working, not to focus on that, but like stress happens, life happens. It's how we recover. It's how we manage. It's how we sit back and reflect. Listen, no one's going to die today. We're all going to make it, it's not that level of stress. So I can begin to just roll it off. I'm fortunate enough, I can go and get a new phone if I need a new phone, right? I'm fortunate enough that I work from home. So if my sitter can't work today, guess what? I can figure it out. I'll figure it out. I have my husband home. I have, so I step back and I say, and that's how I try to manage my stress. But I will not deviate from giving myself the time that I need, which is, for me, it's at least 5 minutes of meditation or just sitting and breathing, not looking at a freaking device. And it's my exercise. My workouts are really important to me. They relieve my stress. They remind me that I'm here to nourish and support Aimee. I ask for help. This morning I had to ask for help. I had to make his lunch, get him breakfast, get him dressed. My husband then took over some things. My mom took over some things. We got it done, right? It gets done. Sometimes it doesn't go according to plan, but it gets done. So when stress comes up, which it always does because life happens, your reaction to it is super important. And then also pick and choose your stress. What do we really need to be focusing on? What do we really need to be worrying about? How is that serving us? Sometimes we like the drama. Sometimes we like the busyness in our lives. It makes us feel important. But really, begin to ask yourself, why? Why? How does this serve me? How does paying attention to this serve me? This morning, my husband had the news playing on Alexa, and I was already so busy in my mind, and I don't want to hear about the news. I don't want to hear about the stuff that's going on in the world. Sorry, you might call me ignorant, but it's my choice. It's nonsense in my brain. So I said, Alexa, turn off. Play James Taylor, right? I listen to music. Music soothes me. I pick and choose. I'm not going to miss out on the news. Someone's going to fill me in if something major happened. But for me, keeping my peace, keeping my steady, So important. So that's really important for you guys. How are you managing your stress? I know that doesn't have a lot to do with food. I promise I talk about food today, but it's a really important piece here to pay attention to, because also when we're stressed, we don't make the right diet choices. We just eat on the run. We shove things in our mouth. We're just eating the first thing we see. We're typically forgetting to eat, and then we're starving, and then we eat the first thing we see, and it's probably processed and packaged. So if you manage your stress, if you stay grounded and present, take a deep breath, prioritize, ask yourself, how important is this? You know, for me this morning, was it a big deal that I'm going to get my kid to school 10 minutes late? No, the world's not going to end. Everybody's fine. Who cares? Whatever. He's there. He's dressed. He's clothed. He's fed. We're lucky. You know, so just stay clear on that. So another really stressful piece that impacts methylation, alcohol, smoking. Ideally, you are staying around 3 drinks per week or none at all. Cigarettes, I mean, really, let's just cut those out. This is terrible. Maybe I sound judgmental, but I tend to get judgmental about cigarettes. I can't believe people still smoke with all that we know about it. So stop smoking. So these are the best foods to fight aging with. So rather than like, which diet is right for me? Should I go keto? Should I do intermittent fasting? Should I do paleo? Should I do the blood type diet? I am, I was raised, if you will, in Chinese medicine. We are very grounded. We are very simple. We just say, you got to eat protein, you got to eat fat, you got to eat vegetables, ideally, and fruit. Ideally, they're all in season. They're more cooked than they're raw. And if it sits on your counter and it doesn't go bad, you shouldn't eat it. So don't eat processed packaged foods as much as you possibly can. If you eat a packaged food, it should have like 4 ingredients, and you should be able to know exactly what each ingredient is. It should not have any chemical names in it whatsoever. And if sat out long enough, it should start to go bad. It should mold, it should rot, something should happen to it, because there are no preservatives or chemicals in there that prevent that, right? We don't want stuff that has a long shelf life. Not good for us. Demethylation up the wazoo with processed packaged foods, okay? So I want you eating protein, really good quality protein, lots of good quality cold water, wild fish, good quality organic grass-fed meats, eggs, organic free-range eggs, nuts, beans, preferably soaked and sprouted, and as long as you don't have reactions to them. Beans are really hard to digest. They need to be sprouted. Nuts can be really hard to digest. I see a lot of people doing the paleo diet and they go crazy on the nuts, and it's way too many nuts, and they can be super inflammatory if over-ingested. Eat everything in moderation. Don't have a steak every single night, and don't have fish every single night. Mix it up. I think the one thing you can have every single day, green vegetables and eggs and ghee or coconut oil. Avocado, those things pretty good to have every single day. Everything else, you should start to mix it up a little bit, right? So liver, that's the other thing too. I mentioned it. You can do it as a supplement. If you like organ meats, if you like eating liver pate, you can make some. One of the best, most nutrient-dense foods that exists. And of course, if you've been following me for a while, you know this, bone broth. Bone broth is the best way to support methylation in your body, to support a healthy gut, to help detox the body. Homemade bone broth from grass-fed animals, awesome. I recommend 4 to 5 ounces a day, every day, okay? Eat lots of green vegetables, I've already said it, but also the cruciferous ones. They really support your body and its detox pathways. So think Brussels sprouts, think cauliflower, think broccoli, think cabbage, right? Really good for you. Getting in a good source of selenium that really helps support the methylation process. So I'll do Brazil nuts. I like those for selenium, but liver also has selenium and zinc, which are both really good to help support the body and its methylation process. You can take a glutathione supplement if you want. There's, I like Seeking Health's brand. Again, it's not cheap. It's probably about like $2 a day to take that supplement, but it really does help support the methylation process and fight the aging process in your body. However, keep in mind, food is your primary medicine. You cannot out-supplement a crappy diet. So don't go taking glutathione and still eat processed packaged foods. Not going to do squat for you. Not worth your money, okay? obviously avoiding processed packaged fortified foods, caffeine in excess. I am still a fan of a really good cup of Joe every single day, maybe because I love it and I don't want to give it up, so I'm not going to tell you guys to give it up, but coffee should not be drank on an empty stomach. It should always be drank with some protein and some fat. It should be organic. Coffee needs to be organic. Non-organic coffee will do a number on your methylation status, okay? Pesticides do a number on your system, and non-organic coffee is loaded with pesticides. So don't over-caffeinate. Do not do 4 espressos a day or 3 cups of coffee a day. No, no, no. 1 cup of a caffeinated beverage every single day, that's all you need. With fat, with protein, not on an empty stomach, okay? That's how caffeine still can fit into your life. If you can't do that, then yes, you got to cut out the caffeine. One thing to remember, there are certain medications that really impact your body's ability to methylate. I want to read the list to you. I have it right here. Give me 1 second. So the birth control pill significantly impacts your body and its ability to methylate, okay? So you've got to, if you don't need to be on a birth control pill, you got to get off of it. And if you're thinking about you want to get pregnant the next year, get off the birth control pill as fast as you possibly can, because you need to recover. It does a number on the healthy bacteria in your body, and it does a number on your methylation. Acid blockers, so any acid reflux pills, no good for methylation. Methotrexate, it's used for autoimmune diseases, cancers, things like that. It does a number on your methylation status, so it really impacts how you age. Oral contraceptives, I've already said. Dilantin for seizures, and HCTZ, which is a high blood pressure medication. Those are the most common ones that will really impact your methylation. So if you need to be on one of those, obviously, if you're having seizures or you have high blood pressure, you could maybe try a different medicine, or B, then you really need to focus on your diet. You want to get everything else cleaned up so that then your body can process and handle the demethylation that this medication is doing, okay? Gosh, I feel like that's everything that I have in my notes. Organic kamut, wheatgrass, I take every day. I think the wheatgrass is great to take every day. What about wheatgrass? Everybody's asking about wheatgrass. Yes, wheatgrass is perfectly great to take every day. Chia seeds, yes, they are good. They're good antioxidants as well. They're good. I don't know about their B vitamin content, but all seeds I think have some Bs, so that's probably fine. Okay, I'm having itchy, rashy skin. I increase my protein. Can that cause sensitivity because my body's not used to it? Perhaps. There is, I was doing some research on this today, and Mark Hyman, who I love his stuff, he's a super smart doctor, he said too, to help with methylation, if there's digestive issues or absorption issues, which I knew sounds like that's what you're having, to take something with betaine, HCl, or pepsin. Thorn makes a betaine HCl that I really like, and we take it here. It has pepsin and betaine in it, which helps with digestion and absorption, and that could help your body with the protein intake. Which nuts and beans should we avoid? Well, ideally, first of all, peanuts are not nuts, so you definitely need to avoid those. They're legumes, but they're loaded with molds. Cashews, unfortunately, can carry a lot of mold as well. Beans, I think in general, if you're not soaking your beans, you just shouldn't eat them. So beans should be soaked. Nuts should also be soaked and sprouted. Everything should be organic. So I don't know if that's answer enough for you. I know Gundry, who wrote Plant Paradox, he says the safest nuts to have are macadamia, walnut, Brazil, and I think that might be it. I still do some cashews. I'll do that. And I do almond butter in the house for my son. I tend to not eat it that much, but he has it. We don't do any peanuts. And I do sprouted almond butter. We do sprouted nuts here. I just try to keep it really simple, but it's just also not a huge part of our diet. Calves liver, yes, Kathy Green, that is right. Calves liver, again, from a grass-fed source. Um, liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods that exists, so I highly recommend it. Okay, so I feel like we covered our bases. Oh, here we go. What protein to take with coffee? I take my coffee with coconut milk and oil after a glass of water. Is that okay? Yeah, so the protein you're getting there, then not much from the coconut milk or the oil. So maybe Zainab, add a scoop of collagen peptides to it. That's what I do. And I do coconut milk and collagen peptides in my coffee. And I feel like then you're getting your protein and your fat. All right. Let's see. Any last questions, guys? Anything at all? All right. I'm going to go because I'm going to take 10 minutes to meditate because I didn't get my time this morning. And then because I don't have my sitter today, I'm going to go pick up my little guy at 1 o'clock. So I will see you guys next week. I thank you so much for tuning in as always, and all the comments, keep them coming. I'll circle back through later today and I'll answer more questions. And that is that. Okay. Love you guys. You can do this. We can methylate properly and age more gracefully. Yes, let's do it.